Larry Salundagate knew every nook and cranny of MIT's Building 7. He had been the janitor there for the past 5 years. Every night he cleaned classrooms and emptied bins. He was a quiet man. Most people barely noticed him. They didn't know about the genius hidden beneath his worn-out uniform. Larry possessed an IQ that could rival Einstein's. He had a photographic memory. Complex equations fascinated him, but life had dealt him a different hand. He was content, or so he thought, with his simple life. One cold February night, Larry was finishing his rounds. He noticed something on a chalkboard in Professor Moralita's classroom. Someone had written a complex mathematical problem. It was a challenge left unsolved for weeks. Intrigued, Larry couldn't resist the urge. He picked up a piece of chalk and began to solve it. Professor Jason Moralita was a renowned mathematician. He had been working on the problem for months. It was related to his research on quantum mechanics. He had shared it with his colleagues and students. No one had been able to crack it. One morning, Professor Moralita entered his classroom. He was surprised to see the solution written neatly on the board. It was elegant and concise. He had never seen anything like it. He looked around, wondering who could have solved it. His eyes fell on Larry, who was quietly cleaning the floor.
Larry, he asked, did you write this?
Larry hesitated for a moment before nodding shyly. Professor Moralita was stunned. He had underestimated the quiet janitor. Professor Moralita saw a spark of genius in Larry. He decided to nurture it. He offered Larry a chance to attend his lectures. Larry was hesitant at first. He had been out of school for years. He felt intimidated by the brilliant minds around him.
He told Larry that his unique perspective was valuable.
Larry finally agreed to give it a try. He started attending Professor Moralita's lectures. He was like a sponge, absorbing every bit of information. He spent his free time in the library. He devoured books on mathematics, physics, and astronomy. The more he learned, the more he realized how much he didn't know. Larry's talent couldn't stay hidden for long. He started solving complex problems that had stumped even the brightest students. His insights were remarkable. Word spread about the genius janitor. Soon, everyone in the department knew Larry's name. He was featured in the university newspaper. People looked at him with admiration and curiosity. This newfound recognition was overwhelming for Larry. He had always been invisible. Now, he was in the spotlight. The pressure of expectations began to get to him. He felt like an imposter. He was scared of failing to live up to everyone's expectations. One evening, Larry was walking home from the library. He was engrossed in his thoughts.
Hey, watch where you're going.
He accidentally bumped into a police officer. The officer, already agitated from a long day, reacted aggressively.
What's your problem, buddy?
An argument ensued. Larry, overwhelmed by the situation and his own internal turmoil, lost control. He lashed out at the officer.
That's it, you're under arrest.
The incident escalated quickly. Larry was arrested and charged with assault. The news spread like wildfire. Professor Moralita was devastated upon hearing about Larry's arrest. He knew Larry was a good person at heart. He was determined to help him. Section 6. A deal for redemption.
Larry, I visited you in jail because I saw the fear and regret in your eyes. I promised to get you a good lawyer. I've also struck a deal with the prosecutor. You will plead guilty to a lesser charge, but in return, you must attend therapy sessions with a renowned therapist, Arvin Valencia.
Larry was hesitant about therapy. He had always bottled up his emotions and didn't think anyone could understand him.
Larry, I insist this is for the best. Therapy will help you confront your demons.
Professor Moralita believed therapy would help Larry confront his demons. Section 7. The Therapist's Wisdom. Arvin Valencia was a patient and insightful therapist. He wasn't intimidated by Larry's intellect. He saw through his tough exterior and recognized the pain and fear that Larry had been carrying for years.
Larry, let's understand the root of your anger issues. I can teach you coping mechanisms to deal with stress and pressure.
Larry was initially resistant to therapy. He didn't believe in talking about his feelings. But Arvin's empathetic approach slowly chipped away at Larry's defenses. Larry began to open up. He talked about his childhood, his insecurities, and his fears. Section 8. Embracing the Potential. Through therapy, Larry began to accept himself for who he was. He realized that his intelligence was a gift, and he didn't need to hide it or be ashamed of it. Arvin encouraged him to embrace his potential, telling him that he could use his gift to make a difference in the world. Larry started to believe in himself again. He returned to MIT with a newfound purpose. He excelled in his studies, collaborated with Professor Moralita on groundbreaking research, and even started mentoring other students, sharing his knowledge and passion for mathematics. Section 9. A New Chapter. Larry's journey was a testament to the power of second chances. He had gone from being a forgotten janitor to a celebrated scholar. He had faced his demons and come out stronger. He had found his purpose and was using his intellect to make a real difference. Larry's story became an inspiration to many. He proved that brilliance could be found in the most unexpected places. He showed that it was never too late to turn your life around. He became a symbol of hope for anyone who had ever felt lost or underestimated.